Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. I'm Barbara Ann, and I just want to talk about Gypsy Rose and her baby, Baby Aurora. I'm going to start off with this. First and foremost, I know that there is a baby that exists. Yes, I can say that confirmed. There is a baby. There's lots of babies that exist. There's 8 billion people on planet Earth across 195 nations, across 7 continents. America has over 340 million American citizens today in 2025. Now, there's a baby. Yes. Can I say 100% confirmed that it's Gypsy Rose's baby? Did I see her give birth? No. Did I see her have a vaginal delivery or a C-section? No. So I can't say verified, corroborated for a fact that yes, this baby is Gypsy Rose Blanchard's baby. Do I know if her DNA test results for her and Ryan or her and Ken and the baby are all conclusive? No. All I know is that she shared a paper way back when, and a lot of people had picked apart that it looked doctored, that it looked staged, it looked fake. So can I confirm that Gypsy actually had a baby? No, she lost a lot of weight while pregnant, which was weird. Her baby was born early, before 37 weeks, gestation, allegedly. Gypsy Rose herself was allegedly over 2 months premature. She was allegedly a 6-pound baby, which would be average for most people. So, do I know for a fact that Gypsy Rose Blanchard gave birth to a baby? No. But in my own opinion, I think she did, because I think she lied to Ken when she said she was on birth control, and I think she purposely trapped him to get pregnant by him, because she had been obsessing over having a baby since before she killed her mom. Okay, everybody, please be kind and ignore my laundry. I'm in the middle of doing laundry right now, and I don't fold it until it's all done and dry. So, here's the thing with Gypsy's baby, okay? I've been making content. I've been on Facebook for 20 years, almost 20 years exactly. I have been on my Instagram for over 17. I've been here for over 4. I have had my TikTok just hit my 8-year mark on TikTok. Now, I have been making content full time for 4 years on YouTube. Now, my first 2 years was a big learning curve for me. Now, I did my first video about true crime and other cases, specifically Gypsy Rose Blanchard's case, on October 12th of 2023. Why? She wasn't released yet. She wasn't released until December 28th of 2023. Because on October 12th of 2023, I seen on YouTube that the Lifetime channel had dropped a trailer, and they dropped other trailers too, for a 6-part, hour-long each part docu-series called The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I seen in that trailer something that immediately registered in my mind from when I seen Nicholas Godejohn's trial, because I watched the act in 2019 because I love Patricia Arquette. I've always been a huge fan of Patricia. My mother had also watched it and also said, this whole story is so crazy. Like, my mom knew that it was dramatized right away. She's like, there's just no way this stuff is even real. This is like a whole bunch of stuff made up. So of course I watched it too. And it just registered to me, remembering Gypsy's revenge, Mommy Dead and Dearest, and then remembering Nick's trial. And I remember that People Magazine, because my mother has always had a subscription to People Magazine. I remember there being articles periodically here and there throughout that 8.5 years that Gypsy was engaged. And then all of a sudden she's not married. She's engaged to somebody else. Then all of a sudden that's called off, and then she's married, but she's married to somebody that she wasn't engaged to before. Some Ken, some Brian, whoever else. And so I loosely had followed the story and the crime. But on October 12th of 2023, everything changed for me, because I seen with my own eyes something in that trailer that registered with me. And I remembered Nicholas Godejohn's trial, where Gypsy is on the stand and she is trying to still run the narrative that she had been sexually assaulted by Nicholas Godejohn. And she had to admit that it was consensual, yes, but then she tried saying, but she told him to stop and he didn't, trying to therefore say that it wasn't consensual. See that roundabout way? Only people that are sociopathic or psychopathic in that way can do that. That's what they do. They use words, they use language, they use verbal cues to try and talk their way around and out of having to just say the truth. It's just that simple, and it's less time consuming, it's less energy, but that's what they do. They are asked something directly, if it was consensual, and they say yes, but then they try to talk their way around that yes answer by implying that no, it wasn't, because she told them to stop. And that just registered with me when I seen this trailer, and she's mentioning that this is the first time she's ever told her story in her own words, and that the truth is finally going to be let out. And I'm like, well, what the hell have you been doing for the last 8 years? Like, you're all over TMZ, even though you've been in prison. You're all over TMZ, People Magazine. You had Gypsy's Revenge done about you, Mommy Dead and Dearest, an entire HBO documentary. There's been other things that her parents and Mia had partaken in. Even Fancy Maselli from the Good Wives Network was interviewed in a couple different docu-series or whatever. So I just remember thinking, what does she mean? This is strategic, and this is playing society when she says this is the first time she's ever told her truth in her own words. And I'm thinking, well, what the hell was all the other documentaries then? Like, what were all the interviews? What are all these People Magazine articles reaching out to you in prison, talking to you, confirming that you're engaged, that you're not engaged, that you're engaged to somebody else, that you're not engaged, now you're married to some third other guy? And I was just like, okay, wait a minute. She's trying to say in the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard in that trailer, because it didn't air at this point in time when I seen it, it didn't air until January 5th of 2024. So I looked it up, and sure as heck, she got her parole, and she was being released on December 28th of 2023. Now, a week later, on January 5th of 2024, they were set to air that, and it says so in the trailer. And I thought, oh my goodness, she's going to get out, and they're going to try to make her a celebrity. That's exactly what they're doing. They are strategically. And then I also learned about the ebook that had came out at the same time. And I thought, no, this is weird. This is so weird. This is just so weird that she's getting out, and Lifetime is purposely a week later. They're going to flood the internet, all these news websites, TMZ, People Magazine, all of them are going to flood all these articles about Gypsy Rose being released. But it's a way to market and advertise that the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is going to air a week later. So I knew. I already knew. Here's my whole thing, though. I seen and realized that if this person is willing to lie, okay, this was your boyfriend for almost 4 years. You found him in October of 2012. You messaged him first. You started seducing and manipulating him, this young man with autism. There was the whole thing with him getting caught with a pocket knife at a McDonald's where he was probably using the Wi-Fi. They had been already in a full-blown exclusive relationship when this happened. Who do I think he was talking to? I think he was talking to Gypsy. I think he was going to that McDonald's to utilize the Wi-Fi to be able to talk to her, or to be able to go on the internet or whatever, because maybe he didn't have good speed internet or internet at all at home. But she's the one that also made their relationship exclusive after only 4 days. And she has the nerve to get on the stand and try to lie and to tell everybody under oath by all the laws of man and God, that not only was this sexual relationship that they were having consensual, but she tries to worm her way out of that, snake her way around that by saying that when she told him to stop, he didn't, implying that it wasn't any further consensual. But she lied about it. She admitted she lied about it. She also had alleged, what we know now, false sexual abuse allegations against another inmate. And then because that inmate had issues with being released, I don't know if it was early parole or if she was going to get more time added for whatever this alleged incident. But Gypsy had recanted, had went and told the truth, that she lied, that she was mad and she made... Okay, so if you're the type of person that you get upset and you would be willing to make false allegations against somebody, there's nothing that you wouldn't be willing to do. And we know that because she killed her mom. Look what she did to her mom. And the fact that she utilized Nick as a weapon, to me, was not just gut-wrenching, it was heartbreaking, because she so quickly, you guys all saw the interrogation, how quickly she was able to turn on him and just try to pin it all on him. I'm a good girl. I don't do nothing. I don't smoke. Yet there's cigarettes at the crime scene. She doesn't drink. She don't do drugs, and she didn't kill nobody. All the things she happened to just be doing, right? So I thought, oh my goodness, they're letting her out. She's being granted parole. So on October 12th of 2023, I did my first TikTok video. Somebody tried reporting me because it reached over 500,000 views. And I had warned everybody, hey, Gypsy Rose is going to be getting out in 2.5 months. I don't know, unpopular opinion here. So I had reposted it in early November, and I had actually bleeped out certain parts that I thought TikTok was trying to get me for on that particular video. And then it was fine after that. But I was actually shocked. I was shocked. Almost every single comment, except for a few, were, and I had probably over 300 comments on that original video, were all like, oh no, she had every right to do what she did. And people were actually supportive and anxious about her getting out. Now, when she first got out, she didn't even have 1 million followers. Within the first couple months, she climbed to like 3 million. But that wasn't, I watched it all happen. People quickly started to see her own actions, words, choices, and behaviors for what they really were. And then that's when the tide started to really turn. But of course, there was also Fancy Maselli from the Good Wives Network had put out some of the medical documents warning people that, yeah, she really was sick. So after making that initial video and then getting a flag on it, I had re-uploaded it not 2 weeks later. And then it was fine after that. And I made a couple more videos, and there was a few people that were like, yeah, no, you're the first person I've ever seen mention that she probably shouldn't get out. You know, that she probably deserved to have more time. And I thought, yeah, that's true. But it's kind of weird to me that he's having to serve life, because usually when you have a co-conspirator or an accessory to your crime, or like a murder for hire type of plot, it, under the statute for Missouri, first degree premeditated homicide is anybody, and they divide it by over the age of 18 and under, because now since 2005, the Supreme Court ruled that a minor can't be put to capital punishment because it goes against the 8th Amendment right, cruel and unusual punishment. So they also did that with people that have an IQ under 70. Right? Any kind of mental disability, a cognitive impairment. So I was really thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, you know, that's not right, because usually it's the opposite way. And the Missouri statute states anybody over the age of 18 who knowingly causes the death of another person after deliberation upon the matter. You don't have to be the one that did the kill, like what she says. You caused it to happen. It would not have happened had it not been for you. And usually when somebody hires somebody else, what they do is they incentivize that other person to tell the truth by giving them a better deal. We see it all the time with cases. In this case, to me, it was reversed. They're incentivizing a murderer, a liar, somebody who orchestrated and plotted the murder and the death of her own mother, incentivizing her to keep lying. And not only to lie, but to also try to pin everything on Nick. And that's exactly what happened. So to me, that was very much backwards. Very backwards. But I've watched a lot of stuff, you know, like the Adaptive Kate stuff. She Came and Gone, Out of Nowhere, Ivory Rose Goes Wild, the Cajun Jen, you know, in October 17th of 2024, I did a video talking about how there was supposed to be this Nicholas Godejohn rally the very next day on October 18th of 2024. And I show everybody proof that all these people that are working with this lady said this lady usurped this rally from Fancy, Naomi, all these other people. And I'm like, I don't even know who the hell any of these people are, because I don't associate with them. I make my own content. I do my own thing. I'm a cancer survivor. I have a physical disability. I have a genetic connective tissue disease, very severe form. You know, I don't have time to sit here and worry about all these other anti-gypsy content creators, but I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've seen a lot of them come out of nowhere and fall away. A lot of them come out of nowhere, Adaptive Kate, Ivory Rose, and become friends with Gypsy because it was all about jealousy for them. The views, the attention, the clicks, feeling mad that she gets to do something bad like kill her mom, lie on Nick, lie on her mom, get a TV show, not only get a lot of money off of it, but at one point Gypsy had at the highest 10.3 million followers on TikTok. That was the highest. And of course, we know it's declined by over a million, 1.1 million people down now. But I remember when she didn't even have a million, up to 3 million, 5 million, 7 million, all the way up to 10.3 million on TikTok at one point. And it was the craziest thing because people did support her initially. But then people seen the prison confessions get released on January 5th, and then her reality show, and then season 2 of her reality show. And everybody watched the way she treated Ryan, the way she treated other people, the way she treated content creators, the way she treated her friends and supporters, her lies and consistencies. Then she had a whole nother book that came out. And yeah, she's supposed to be pregnant, but she's going from 149 pounds down to 129 while pregnant. And she doesn't look like she's pregnant at all, doesn't look like she has a belly. She's sitting down and the belly looks squished. Like, you know, so when it comes to the baby, can I confirm that she gave birth to a baby? No, because I wasn't there. I didn't see it. So I can't say that it happened. I can't say that she had a baby at all. That's just a fact. But I do know that I seen a live where, well, it was not a live, actually, it was a clip of a live. And it was allegedly the creator that Kristy had leaked it to. I don't know the person at all. I don't talk to or associate with this person. But I want to have you listen to it because I think it's really important for context based on what Bree and this person's saying.
Like, first of
Bree,
all,
I'm not, you know, you're not the one that said that. So this isn't even I'm not even saying this to you. But whoever this person is on your panel said, I have photos of his son. Maybe I should post them.
How's it feel?
I didn't post photos of Aurora. What do you mean, how does it
Okay,
feel?
yeah,
And I
let
didn't
me-
share, I sent, as I've admitted multiple times, I sent them to one person.
No, you sent them to two
We're
people.
not going to share them. And guess what? I don't talk to that person anymore.
Wait,
I don't
can I
talk to
say
them.
this, please? You sent them to two people,
Because
not
after
just
they
one.
did that, I walked away.
Case, can you hear me?
You were trusted with those photos, and you sent them out anyway. Why would you do that?
First and foremost, why would Kristy Blanchard send photos?
I don't know.
of a
That's not the question.
Gypsy creator
That's not
that
the
never
question.
fronted. I never fronted with her. She knew from the get-go I couldn't stand
Nah, you
Gypsy,
straight up
and
lied to her.
She offered them to me on the very first phone call I ever spoke to her on. And then she sent them unsolicited. So why don't you ask her?
Okay, I'm
I'm not the only person that it was sent to. It's not like I'm the first
Case,
person.
can I ask you a question, please?
I think maybe she was wanting me to post them. I don't know, but I
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
what she
that.
wanted. But
Like
can I ask you
people
a
on your
question,
panel that
please?
say they want to post photos of my child.
Like, first of
Bree,
all,
I'm not, you know, you're not the one that said that. So this isn't even I'm not even saying this to you. But whoever this person is on your panel said, I have photos of his son.
Kristy Blanchard recently came on a live panel and discusses sending pictures of Baby Aurora to a case on YouTube, and also goes into the fact that Casey Anthony is apparently jealous of Gypsy Rose. I'm gonna let you hear this clip.
So now I'm going to ask you why you were sending this to Case.
All I'm gonna say is
Kristy Blanchard recently came.
She says, all I can say is lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
You kind of can't hear me.
That's all I'm gonna say. I will never talk ill of him. I will never. I won't do it. Okay. I'm just. That's all I'm.
So there it is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I posted a video a day or two ago discussing about what went on in those conversations, and he also has a YouTube channel discussing what the conversations were, and he says he has more to come.
Now, this is the T page with T.
On this live panel that Kristy was on, she goes on to say that they talked for a
And
very
this
long
is
time
months
and had some
ago.
really interesting conversations and discussions. She didn't really talk about it. She just said she learned her lesson, and basically it validates that she actually did send pictures of Baby Aurora to Case. So like I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can scroll back and watch the video that I posted the other day about it. I do include the pictures of the baby, but I don't show her face. So there's that, and now I'm going to let you hear the little short clip about Casey Anthony.
Casey Anthony. She got on TikTok because she was jealous of Gypsy being on TikTok. I mean, yeah. Look, Nancy Grace loves Gypsy and she hates Casey Anthony.
Now I will
if Nancy Grace did her homework, she wouldn't love Gypsy so much. And Nancy Grace isn't the end-all, be-all of true crime. That's for sure. Or doing her homework, because she has everybody else do it for her. And that's all I know. I know there's some people here that probably are in my community that are aware of other content creators, but I don't know who this person is. I've never talked to them. But I can say for a fact that this person's not lying, because they didn't post pictures of baby Aurora. Gypsy has. She's put emoji over her face, but she has posted her baby multiple times since Ken had released a photo that they had given, she had given birth to the baby, that they had the baby, and announced that, of course, her face is covered in that picture, but they still posted a picture of her. They still post pictures of her, and they have for 11 months. She is 11 months old as of yesterday, but here's my point. Okay, I think Kristy did share them with other people, because Bree goes on to say that it was shared with 2 people, not 1. I know for a fact that it was shared with other people, because I had somebody anonymously share them to me, and I'm like, what? Who are you? How did you get these? And I thought that that was really strange. And other people have allegedly seen them. They've gone around. But I think Kristy has, and this is the reason why I believe that Kristy was trying to set creators up and try to bait them into posting them, because she also leaked an entire video that okay, so you can't see what's on my phone, right? You can't see my pictures and my videos. The only way you're going to see what's on my private device is if I send them to you, correct? Kristy had also leaked a video that you can see her hand, you can even see her shoe, from, it's Kristy Blanchard holding the phone, recording said video. She's recording Gypsy and the cops going to Ryan Anderson's apartment to retrieve her photos, because Melissa G. Moore told her to. That those are the moneymaker. You got to have those photos of Gypsy sitting in a wheelchair, because that's how she can paint this narrative for her TV show and the documentaries. And so they're there. And the reason why is because Kristy hates Ryan, despite what she said on news about loving him. And he's a great guy and he really loves her and cares for her, blah, 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 blah. And Ryan has told people on lives at that point that he hasn't talked to or seen Gypsy since she just suddenly left. And that wasn't true. But Kristy leaked that video. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, sharing the video, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't have to have a 147 or a 155 or a 180 IQ to realize that said video was recorded by Kristy. You hear her talking. You see her hand. You see her shoe. You see Gypsy. She's recording Gypsy. So if you're looking at it from the perspective of the person taking the video, it would be on her private device only, and only she could leak it, correct? So Kristy has leaked things, but she's leaked things to other people, and she has not admitted that. So the pictures that have gone around of the baby, I believe that Kristy has given them to other people, because she was trying to set up creators. They might have not have shared them in months. I've seen them. Other people have seen them. I wasn't sent them by the person who got them. I wasn't sent them by Kristy. I wasn't sent them by any other pro or anti-Gypsy person. They were anonymously sent to me. And I've seen them, but I've also seen other pictures that were anonymously shared. Now, the reason why I say I believe that Kristy was sending them to other people and getting them around so everybody can see them, excuse me, is because I think that when she leaked them, she did that purposely to try to set creators up, because she wanted to then blame the creator that she had sent them to for sharing them everywhere. But like I said, I don't know that person, and I didn't get sent them by that person at all, or anybody else that's in the pro or anti-Gypsy community. And the reason why is because of this picture. Oh my goodness, where did it go? Let me find it. Let me find it. Did I accidentally delete? I might have deleted it. I don't know. This picture here. Here we go. This picture right here. That's Gypsy's hand. That's Ken. That's Ken's face. That's baby Aurora when she's only 10 days old. This photo went around over 11 months ago. Everybody saw her face. And at this point, when she was a brand new baby, I mean, a lot of babies look not really prominent featured or anything at that point, but she very much looked like Dee Dee, because Dee Dee was born with really dark hair too and looked pretty small, like a 6-pound baby. This picture went around over 11 months ago, and you see that this is after Christmas, New Year. Somebody is taking a picture of Gypsy and Ken holding the baby. Who's the person taking the picture? Kristy. Who's the person that could have leaked this picture, because they're the ones who took it and owned this picture? Kristy. So I believe absolutely that Kristy has leaked pictures to other content creators to try to cover her ass, because she's trying to bait people into posting them. But see, that's the whole thing. It all goes back to Kristy. Kristy is the one giving them to people, or sending them to people anonymously through these weird burner troll accounts on TikTok or whatever. And then all of a sudden the account's gone. And then Bree starts yelling at somebody about why Kristy leaked the pictures. Yeah, that's a good question. It all comes back to the source. She's the one who took the pictures, and they're on her private device. She's the one who leaked them, right? But my whole point is, everybody that has seen them or have gotten them anonymously and shared them, because yes, they went around. But like I said, it's not the first picture that has gone around. This happened 11 months ago. The very first time this actually happened, she was only 10 days old. People had seen pictures of her. And it appears to have been taken from Kristy's perspective, because it's a picture of Gypsy and Ken while Ken is holding the newborn. And so everybody can blame other creators, but did that creator that got it, did they post it publicly? No. Did they share it with me? No, I didn't get it from anybody other than anonymously. So the picture from 11 months ago had gone around several different times. And even if people had covered it in lives or talked about it, they still covered up her face. The same way that I permanently had covered up her face. So that way nobody could take a screenshot of it or try to remove the emoji, what have you. And so I know, and I've known for 11 months, that Kristy is the source, and it's not the first time. Now she can say that, oh, lesson learned, I'm not going to do that again. Well, she had done that, and she had done it again. That's my whole point, is she was like, oh crap, Gypsy and Ken are going to me. They're going to be so mad when they found out that she leaked them to an anti-Gypsy content creator. But that's the whole point. It comes back to her doing that, because said person that received them, from what I have been told in my comments, from what I have been made to understand, even from what Bree has said, that person didn't post them, right? I've seen them and I didn't post them. Other people have seen them and didn't post them. Some anonymous account sent them to me and they didn't post them publicly. But my whole point is that Mandy Islands over on TikTok and other people who were bitching at Gypsy for the prescription pad and it's illegal. Yeah, this baby has not ever been put in the public domain. That is considered to be a dox. Whether you like it or not, people can be very picky about that. You can go ahead, look it up. Go ahead, ask Google. Go ahead, contact an attorney. Or if your state is one of the states that has very strict doxing laws, go ahead and ask. If a baby's picture has never been put in the public domain, like face, full face head on, and that baby has always been protected from their actual image and likeness from being put out in the public domain, is it a dox to then take somebody else's 11-month-old baby, their infant, and put her full face in a picture out there uncensored? And the answer is yes, that can be considered a dox, because she is a minor. She has basic human rights, civil rights, constitutional rights. But it also begs the question, just because, and this person was told multiple times in the comments, like, please take this down, do this, and instead of apologizing and doing the right thing and saying, I'm so sorry, I should have thought about that before I did that. But I wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted everybody to see what the baby looks like. A lot of people have already seen what the baby looks like. This is not new. This is not a new thing. But like I said, it makes